Hi, my name is Tiffany Ferguson. I have a YouTube channel called Tiffany Ferg, and my main series is called Internet Analysis, where I research and discuss things relevant to social issues and media. Today I'm going to be rewatching the video that started it all, the accidental beginning of Internet Analysis. So this is from September 2018. It is called Joanna is the New Emma Chamberlain. I've actually been on YouTube since 2007, 2008, when I was like 11 years old, so I've really grown up on YouTube. I've done a lot of different types of videos across many different genres, and around this time I was a little bit lost with what to do with my channel. After making this video, I realized that I could do essentially media commentary, and that is what I have continued to do to this day. So with this video, I noticed how fast Joanna was growing, and I wanted to compare her rise to fame to Emma Chamberlain's. So let's watch it. Hello my dudes, today I'm going to be exposing myself in the extensive amount of time that I spend watching YouTube videos every day. But today I have a little bit of something to say about the YouTube algorithm and the role of rapidly rising creators. Okay, so first of all, the choice to wear my literally slept-in messy braids was a decision. Got a lot of comments about that. Thinking, who? So in this video, because I was discussing these very high energy teenage vloggers, I wanted to integrate a lot of their editing styles into this video. So that's why it's a little more peppy, bouncy, sound effecty than my usual stuff. But she makes silly vlogs about coffee and chapstick, which reminds me, and also slurp slurp. I still think that's funny. I like the sound effects, I like the jump cuts and the quick Ken Burns. I've got to say though, I'm not a fan of background music. I know some people prefer it in YouTube videos, but to me, it's a little annoying. I guarantee any 15 to 18-year-old girl in high school right now probably knows who Emma Chamberlain is. And also, adults like me. As I get older, it's always funny to look back on my past self thinking that I was super old at that time. I was what, 23? I'm now 25. And I'm beginning to accept that yes, I might be older than the young people on social media, but hey, we have a space here as well. Mid-20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond. Or at least I tell myself that to feel better. Right off the bat, I noticed that Joanna and Emma have very similar editing style, including the following instantly recognizable as Emma Chamberlain, but also classic YouTube techniques, such as ironic usage of classic iMovie or Final Cut effects, distorted audio, lots of quick cuts, crops, and Ken Burns. I think now this editing style has died down in popularity because it got very extreme for a moment. But of course there are always newer editing styles that gain popularity. I still use certain crops and some little effects or sound effects sparingly, just to add a little bit of emphasis or a bit of comedic relief. Joanna and Emma, I think, also have similar senses of humor and personalities. They have dry humor, and in their videos, they come across as very unrefined in the best way, you know, like some messy hair. Just feels very real and relatable.
Okay, now we taste it. Oh no. Oh god, no. It's just bread.
And it's really hot, so I'm probably gonna burn my mouth.
It was at this moment Jackson knew. He f***ed up.
Ow! Okay, I need to wait for it to cool down first. Actually, I don't want to wait.
I actually really like the way that I edited this video, and I am kind of inspired to get back into these types of topics a little more now. It's pretty obvious watching their videos that they were similar at that time, but I remember it being difficult to actually put into words what was happening, to name those editing strategies. So it was kind of fun. And over the last 2 weeks, she went from about 500 subscribers to almost 500,000. That is absolutely insane. Let's see how many followers she has now. She has almost 3.3 million subscribers as of today's filming date. Her videos still get pretty consistent high views, sometimes over 1 million, sometimes close to 1 million, so she's still thriving. I'm still really fascinated by the rapid rise of certain creators and the fact that due to the current nature of social media, you can go viral, you can become so famous in such a short amount of time, blowing up overnight. And I think this was even before TikTok was huge, because you could look at somebody like Charli D'Amelio or any of the other creators that have blown up on TikTok, and they've also had massive changes to their lives within a span of just a few months. And I still cannot imagine what it's like to be a teenager, especially, and suddenly have millions and millions of eyes on you. Also, I still find it interesting to check Social Blade whenever I'm looking at how fast a creator has been growing. It is a great tool. Sometimes I don't want to check my own channel because it gives you a little rating, and whether or not your Social Blade is in the green can be another standard that we content creators feel like we have to hit. But anyway, it is good for data collection. How did this happen? The algorithm. The elusive YouTube algorithm that nobody really knows how it works, and we all want to figure out how it works. And some people's channels go to shit because of the algorithm, or maybe because their content sucks. And some people blow up overnight like this. The YouTube algorithm is forever elusive. You'd think in my time doing this I might have learned more about the algorithm, how it works. Not really. I do think we might blame the algorithm a little bit for our failures as creators, but also I think that is accurate, that sometimes your content just isn't as interesting and people aren't clicking on it, therefore YouTube is not recommending it as much as you might want it to, or as much as it typically does for your channel. However, I think the algorithm's role in boosting content is major. Like, there's no way anyone could really independently blow up without the algorithm, like in terms of word of mouth or something. I mean, that does happen sometimes, but the algorithm does play the biggest role, in my opinion, in certain creators' very rapid rises to fame. This is a very typical element of an internet analysis video. I add these little editing clips, which actually has become very popular in general on YouTube. It's a great way to pop in while you're editing, add a little something, clarify something. I like the little 90s kind of print I'm using behind this clip. Very funky. Okay, so like I said, this video was the accidental beginning of what would become internet analysis. So this was my first kind of meta discussion about YouTube on YouTube. Of course, over the years, I've talked about some YouTube trends, I've talked about some YouTubers, but not in this exact format. I do wonder how much I scripted this video. I may have just done a bit of an outline at this point, but I'm truly amazed that this video is only 14 minutes long, because now I find it very difficult to make a video shorter than like 30 minutes. But I think looking back on it, I still really like this video. I agree with pretty much everything that I said. I like the way that I organized it. I think I did enough direct comparisons between Joanna and Emma, showing clips and pointing out the similarities. That was really effective in making my point. And my explanation of the algorithm doesn't seem too inaccurate. It's definitely not scientific, but I'm not an engineer or an AI expert at all. Though in this time since, the internet analysis series has definitely, you know, cemented as a format on my channel. These days I do script my full videos. I do a little bit more research. I often include clips of me reading from articles and referencing other videos that I've seen. I usually do these little chapters with my pink pastel background, and I'll write out the title. So that wasn't present yet in this video because I just hadn't really formed internet analysis yet. I think it was the next video that I posted after this, which was how Vine shaped a generation, which also did really well. The feedback from this first video mentioned that a lot of the teenagers that age were impacted by Vine and how that shaped their sense of humor and the kind of editing styles that they liked. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. And I actually do really love how Vine shaped a generation. I think that's a great video. I still think it's very interesting, so kudos to my past self. It's always good to be able to look back on my old work and like it, because I definitely have my share of videos that I look back on and do not love. But we all grow, we all change, that's okay. Anyway, it was really cool to get such a positive response to this video because, as I said, at that time I felt really lost and bored and unmotivated with my channel. I didn't know what types of videos to make, and with this I had this really renewed sense of inspiration and motivation, and I thought, oh my god, there are so many great topics that I would love to cover and research and dive into, and my audience responded really well. My subscribers said that they loved those videos, they wanted more of them, and then as I continued to make the early internet analysis videos, I still got positive feedback. I was getting a lot more views, a lot more new subscribers, and of course as a YouTuber that is one of the best possible things. And actually the top comment on this video is from Joanna. She said, "Thank you for this because you put all my thoughts into a well-made, intelligent video. I applaud you." And it was really cool for her to watch my video and to enjoy it, especially in the commentary sphere of YouTube where it is common to react to or discuss other YouTubers. It can be very tricky finding that balance of wanting to be honest and express your opinion versus remembering that these creators, regardless of how famous they are still people, and they might watch your video and you might hurt their feelings, or they might like your video and agree with you. It's interesting. So that was my look back on my oldest original internet analysis video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And yes, I still say, "Okay, thanks, bye," after all these years. I started saying that ironically maybe around 2010. It's been a long time. It's definitely outdated. It's still ironic though. I hope people understand that. Okay, thanks, bye.